Hey peeps, it's Rina and welcome to my anxiety-filled life. If you are subscribed to the channel, thank you for coming back. If you are new, welcome, and you can join the family by hitting that subscribe button and hitting that notification bell so you get a notification every time I have a new video up. So as you can see in my background, we are starting something new. This is one of the series that I had planned for this channel. It kind of encompasses the self-journeys portion of my channel, like one of the little niches that I have, because usually on my channel I do personal finance, career, and self-journeys, and this is one of the things that I want to bring into my channel so that you guys get to see more of me and my thoughts and, you know, a little bit of my personal growth. So the reason why I wanted to do it in this kind of format is because I'm trying to combine two things at once, which is something that I once loved, which is painting, as well as self-care, which is something that I don't do enough. So I'm trying to combine these into one and then turn it into a series that I can share with all of you. This will be the first video out of my new Know Thyself series, where I basically am going to be painting and sipping. I have my little alcohol here. I got some like Alizé mango, so I have this, and I mix it with a little fruit juice. This might not be enough, and I'm probably gonna have to get more, but we'll see. I kind of wanted to give it like a vibe where I'm talking to a friend and we're just painting and sipping. I haven't been to a paint and sip since my grandmother's birthday last year, and that's where I did this painting over here. So I wanted to kind of formulate that. It's pretty much what gave me the idea in the first place, but I wanted to kind of formulate that into my channel while also like pairing it with personal growth. So the rest of the pieces of this series are very simple. So basically I'm going to choose a piece of art by a black artist, or some kind of black art, and I'm going to recreate it on my canvas. I purchased a lot of canvases just like this one, so there's going to be a lot of these that I'm going to be hanging up in my apartment. In order to facilitate the questions for this series, I'm going to be using the And card game. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, but if you've watched the Skin Deep series on YouTube, they use this card game. It's usually between two people on, you know, both sides, and they basically pick up cards and, you know, have a conversation about their relationship with each other. This is the Self Edition pack. They also have other packs. I have 4 of them. Here are the other 3 that I have. I have the Family Edition, which I play with my family at like dinners and, you know, just going out or just being in the house. I have the Couples Edition that I use with my boyfriend. And then I have the Friends Edition. I haven't opened this pack up yet, but yeah. So I bought all 4 of these for a bundle so that I can get a discount. I looked on their website earlier today and I noticed that they have actually new decks. One of them that I'm most interested in is the Healing Pack. So I might get that one and incorporate it into the channel, but for now, I'm going to use the Self Edition pack. The way that these packs work is that each one comes with 200 cards. Out of the 200 cards, 199 of them are all of the questions that are included in the pack. The 200th one is the instructions on how to play. So that's what it looks like. Yeah, so I've already played this. The reason I bought this way back in November was because I wanted to get more into journaling while I was going through therapy. So I was trying to use these cards as a way to facilitate my thoughts while I was journaling, but after like 3 failed attempts at journaling, I kind of gave up on that. So I kind of want to do kind of like a video series of me, you know, doing this, because I feel like I would be more engaged while I'm painting, while I'm sipping on my alcohol. So yeah, if you're watching this, drink responsibly, please. Before we get into this, I want to light a candle to set the mood. I don't know if you notice in every single video, I have one of my candles in the background. Speaking of candles, if you guys know Jackie Aina, and yes, I'm a Jackie Aina stan. Jackie. The way my check-in and my savings is set up, I might only get just 1 candle, so yeah. But yes, Jackie's releasing 4 candles, and the one that interests me the most is the matcha business, like mind your business, matcha business, because it's green, and green is my favorite color. If you didn't know that by now, then you're not noticing things, because I just love green. But yeah, so I'm really excited for her launch and can't wait for it. Anywho, I don't want this video to be too extra long, so I'm going to sketch what my inspiration photo is, and it'll be here, so that, you know, we don't take up too much time. So I'm gonna go off camera real quick and I'm going to sketch it. So I sketched her out and I think she looks pretty cute. But yeah, let's get started. I'm excited and nervous because I haven't worked with these paints yet. I got this set, this little easel and canvas set from Amazon, and I'll leave the link in the description box below. But yeah, I'm a little bit nervous to use these paints because first of all, I haven't painted in a while, so I'm rusty. Literally, that was in March of last year, so I'm really rusty. As well as I've never used these tools before. I mean, they're kind of like cheap little brushes, and then these paints, they're probably really cheap anyway, so I'm gonna do my best. Please don't drag me for my art, but yeah. Let's get started. So the topic that I'm gonna choose today is the quarter life crisis. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm gonna be using these 4 colors. I'm gonna be using the sap green and the viridian for her sweater. I'm going to be using black for the hair and the socks, and then I'm going to use crimson red for her drink because she's drinking wine. So yeah, I was starting to make a mess as I was opening up the paints, and I don't want to get this messed up, so I stole my boyfriend's apron that he bakes with. He's fine with it. He's fine. He helped me put it down. He's fine. Let's get started. So the first question asks, how does this experience make me feel? So if you don't know what the quarter life crisis is kind of like a midlife crisis, except you're younger. So like if you're in the 20s-ish phase, some people feel it still into their 30s. But yeah. So I don't know, to me the quarter life crisis feels like there's so much to be done and I have so many goals, but I feel like I'm not doing enough. Like, even though I've done a lot in my life so far, for, you know, I'm only 25 going on 26 next month, and I don't know, my family knows this, my boyfriend knows this, but I have so many ideas in regards to like what I want to do and stuff like that, and I have things set in place in my vision binder and stuff like that, but like it's like I'm focusing on too many things at once, and it feels like I'm not getting enough done. And I often feel guilty for relaxing, if that makes sense. Let me start painting her. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense to you guys. And if you're also like feeling this type of way, please let me know in the comments as well. I don't know, it just feels like I'm never doing enough, and I feel very guilty when I'm taking breaks or taking time for myself because I really don't practice self-care. Like, I know self-care means a lot to different people. Like, some people's self-care is, you know, doing stuff like this, or, you know, watching Netflix or Hulu or something like that, or, I don't know, spend time with your families or your friends, like loved ones. Or it could just be you by yourself, you know, doing things that you love. But I don't know, I've never really created a self-care routine for myself. And I'm actually going to turn it this way because it's a little hard to paint that way, but hopefully you guys can still see. But yeah. Oh, I need a drink. Oh, that's good. Oh, needs more alcohol. For sure. Much better. It was too sweet for my liking. I feel like a lot of us feel this way, especially like the media and our family members. They kind of like judge millennials a lot. Like, I'm born in 1994. I think that's like the last year cut off for millennial. They think Gen Z is also millennials. That's a whole other conversation for another day. But anywho, for people that are younger than me that are watching, I feel like you're probably feeling like this right now if you're like in your 20s, and it's not something that just gets better over time. It feels like, to me, it feels like an impending feeling that you're not gonna get your goals done that you want to get done, and it gives me a lot of anxiety thinking about that type of stuff. I feel like God would never give me more than I can handle. So I'm in the process of getting some of those like projects that I'm working on in the, the background done, so that, I feel a sense of accomplishment. Because I don't want to feel like I've wasted my younger years building on something that, I could have done when I was younger or something like that. That's the type of mentality I'm talking about. I just don't want to look back when I'm older, when I'm like in my 30s or 40s, saying, wow, I wish I would have got this done sooner, because I would have been much better off, more fulfilled in life and stuff like that. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys who are watching. I'm gonna pull the next card. Wow. Am I settling for less, and how? Right now at the moment, I don't think that I am settling for less. I think right now I am exactly where I need to be. And that's career-wise. Everything else in my life, am I settling? I wouldn't say that I'm settling. Is there more to be done that I could be doing? For sure. Absolutely. But am I settling? No. I'm kind of giving myself room to breathe and pauses in between all the little mini projects and ideas that I have in my head, so that I can focus on one thing at a time instead of half-assing a million different things that I want to do. Just like this YouTube channel. I would say I've literally been thinking about doing this channel for 7 years. Had I started earlier, I would have probably had a bigger following by now. I probably would have, I don't know. But this is something that I've always wanted to do, but I was always so scared to do it because I don't like being in the public eye. I'm more of a private person. And you could probably tell that by my Instagram. I don't post on there often. I'm mostly on Facebook, but like even on Facebook, I don't really post my personal life and stuff like that. So, yeah. Pull the next card. What is the best question to ask that will what is the best question to ask that will serve me the most? That's a great question. What is the best question to ask that will serve me the most? I would say, do I need help? I would definitely say that's the question. Do I need help? I don't necessarily believe in astrology or anything like that, but some things I'd be like, that's so me. And I don't know, astrology, a lot of it is kind of general, but like there's certain things where I'm like, okay, I really do act like that. I do things that symbolize that, stuff like that. So like a lot of the planning and stuff like that. But I think a lot of Virgos, like me, are very self-sufficient to the point where it's kind of detrimental and we don't ask for help. And I've realized that after I went to therapy, that, it's okay to ask for help. You don't have to do everything yourself and pull yourself in a million different directions to the point where you're burning yourself out. Like with this YouTube channel, I literally consult everyone who's close to me. I consult my friends. I consult my boyfriend. I consult my mom and my brother all the time. I even consult my sister. Like, she's very young, but I want to hear from her and see what she has to say. So I'm not doing this YouTube channel all by myself. I'm consulting people who I know would benefit and drive me in the right direction to the point where I'm not doing it by myself. Like my brother, he helped me do that SVU intro that I did in Was it my last video? I think it was my last video, or I don't remember which video it was, but I literally gave him my vision and he ran with it. And perfect. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. I was so happy with it because I'm a big SVU fan. How will doing this change me for the better? I don't know how to answer this question in relation to quarter life crisis. I wouldn't say I'm doing quarter life crisis, it's kind of doing me. But how is it changing me for the better? I think it's giving me a chance to both look at everything that I've accomplished so far and trying to figure out where I'm going next. I have to realize that what I'm doing now might not be what I'm doing forever. Things can change in a snap. Just like coronavirus. It literally displaced people. People lost jobs. People were furloughed. A lot of people opened up e-commerce businesses to supplement their income. You never know what the future will bring. Yeah, okay, I like this color better. It's like a darker, or like a hunter green. It's kind of what I was going for. These paint colors do not match the labels at all, except black. Because like black is black, you can't really screw that one up. But yeah, I think this quarter life crisis will help me definitely with some personal growth, so that I don't know, I can become a better me. And that's the goal essentially, right? To always strive and do things different every day and push towards a better version of you. And that's what I want for myself. It's one of the reasons why I even started this channel, because I'm always striving to be a better version of myself. I don't want to be complacent and be too comfortable. It doesn't benefit anyone. Like, be open to change, be open to new experiences, be open to meeting new people, having different viewpoints. That's what helps with growth. I'm trying to blend in this color, but I'm not doing a great job. I should also be sipping because, whoa, that is some good stuff. I don't think I've really ever had Alizé, by the way, before. Okay, now I'm blending this in. I think wetting it is definitely helping. Oh, I painted into her leg. I can fix that. Wow, so I have all of my colors here that I'm going to use. But I totally forgot the brown for her freaking skin. Sometimes I'm a special case. But it's okay. That's okay. I'm used to being with myself. You guys are seeing me very recently for the first time, so yeah. What is the price for waiting longer before making a decision? That is a great question. And that brings me back to my YouTube channel again. Because had I not started 7 years ago, I don't know what could have been different, but it definitely would have been different. Like, look at all the OGs now who are starting businesses from their YouTube channels. Or, you know, influencing or whatever. Because that was never really, well, I mean, it was a career, but it was kind of a career that was only left for celebrities. Like, you know, all the endorsements and stuff like that. Endorsements, influencing, same thing. Same thing. So that was once like a thing only for celebrities, and you know, people were getting things that celebrities were endorsing. But now we have people that look like us, that are relatable. Well, some influencers are relatable, some of them have lost their relatability, but that's a discussion for another time. Well, I think it relates to the ideas I have now for a business I do want to build in the future. And I don't want to wait too long to start formulating a plan when I can start now, when I have free time. I don't have kids. I literally just live with my boyfriend. My free time on weekends is usually spent in front of a screen, unfortunately. I have all this free time, I'm young. I can sacrifice my time to build a business or build the things that I have in mind for myself. Oh, that looks cute. She got a little sweater or whatever. I like this. That's nice. Nope. It says, am I asking the right question? I'm using the questions y'all use. Oh. What would my eulogy be if I was gone tomorrow? This literally, like, this question deepens my quarter life crisis emotions because I don't want to think about me dying right now. Like, this. Because in my mind, my eulogy would just read that I have not accomplished much when I could have. What would I usually read? I was born and raised in Brooklyn. Went to school in Brooklyn. Did great in school. Went to college. Was very involved in activities and stuff and volunteering. Started her career in project management. And then, what's that? That would be really sad. Like if I died today and I had if I died tomorrow. Like we all know death is inevitable, but it's like we want to live our lives to the fullest, and then other times we're just like, eh. I feel like it always takes a near-death experience or someone else having a near-death experience that encourages us to finally get off our asses and do something to change your life, to make, sorry if you can hear the firecrackers. They're still doing firecrackers in New York City for the past, 2-3 months now? I don't know. So if you hear them in the background, just ignore. Sorry. But yeah. I think I'm gonna move on to her skin. She doesn't have much skin out, so I'm gonna use a little bit of the burnt sienna and the burnt umber. I'm gonna mix it together. Okay, I wanted her to be a little bit darker, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of the burnt umber. I want her skin to be as similar to mine. But like I was saying, my eulogy would be sad as hell because I haven't really done much. Like I haven't traveled that much in my life. I've just mostly gone to Florida because I have family down there. And this was actually supposed to be the year that I was gonna start traveling more. Oh yeah, that brown is beautiful. Oh, yeah. Is this something for my skin tone? I don't know. I think it's dark enough. But yeah, it would be really sad. I feel like it would be one paragraph. Or maybe a few sentences, if that. I mean, that's kind of like the motivation for me to start a lot of things now because, like, once I turned 25, I was like, okay, I need to kick things in gear. I need to start traveling more. I need to start experiencing things more. I need to start some businesses. I need to do this, do that. Because I feel like it haunts me. That's like something that I'm always thinking about. Whether I'm at work, whether I'm in the shower, whether I'm just simply making YouTube videos and editing. I've always wanted to be a business owner. My mom always said that I would be a great boss. Because I really, like, if you guys know me personally, like, I'm a kid at heart. Like, I might act, I wouldn't say mature on this channel, but I act a little bit more stern. But in real life, I'm literally a kid at heart. And anyone that has come across me knows this. I'm a freaking goofball. Sometimes I don't take things as seriously as I should. It's kind of one of my default modes, but I think I'm getting better at that the more I grow up. But at the same time, I don't want to lose that. Because that's another thing that freaks me out about the quarter life crisis, is because I feel like the older people get, the more that they're losing themselves and they're forgetting all these things that they used to love, like painting. Like, why haven't I painted or sketched in a long time when I have the free time to do it? I have the tools. I have access to the things I need to, make art, but I don't do it. I don't want to lose that like childlike wonder. And I feel like that's why a lot of adults are miserable, because they no longer do the things that they once enjoyed as children, and they think they're too old for it, which I think is stupid. Like cartoons and anime, like, no one is ever too freaking old. I hate people who say that, like, you're too old to be watching anime. If you don't mind your business, honestly. Like, have you watched anime? It is not for... Most of it is not for kids. I'll tell you that much. Most of it is not for kids. Like, parental advisory. Not for kids. I suggest you take a gander at some popular animes and tell me if it's for kids. Get back to me. Yeah, a lot of us watched it as kids. So, for me, it was Toonami. Toonami used to introduce me to anime. And back then, I didn't even know it was anime. I just, thought it was a cartoon show. But it was dubbed, so you wouldn't even know that it was anime. But yeah, I feel like I'm going on a tangent. But yeah, things like that bother me about the quarter life crisis, because I feel like people start to lose their true selves and their inner child in the name of growing up and being mature, when you can do both. You can be a whole mature individual and also enjoy everything that you enjoyed as a child. There never has to be an either or. We're not in those times anymore. Whew. I need to paint faster because it's starting to hit a little bit. I think I made it way too strong. That's fine. My tolerance is pretty high. The moment you see these lines starting to look a little blurry, then you know I'm a little smacked. Just a teensy bit. Yeah, next card. What am I most embarrassed to share? I feel like I'm not embarrassed to share anything right now in terms of my growth, but something I used to be embarrassed about was the fact that it took me 5 years to get my college degree. Like, I didn't even post a lot of pictures of my graduation when I did graduate, and it was such a big accomplishment for me, but I didn't want people to know that I graduated, because it would have been like, wow, it took you this long, even though it was only just 1 year. And that's something that I didn't realize at the time. I was just so embarrassed, like, oh my god, I took the extra, because I was like the smart kid or whatever, the one who got like high grade. But there was a lot of behind the scenes stuff in college that made it hard for me. So that's why it took me 5 years. But I was literally really embarrassed about that. I was actually supposed to be class of 2016, and I graduated in 2017. I even thought about walking with my class and my very close friends who are all moving on, getting into their careers, and I kind of felt like I was being left behind, and it was all my fault. So I don't want to get like teary-eyed or anything about it, but it was a really hard time for me because my support system, my tribe, so to speak, was leaving and moving on, and I felt like I was stuck. And I was the super senior in a way. But I'm here to tell you that you should never be embarrassed if you're taking a year off, if you're taking a year or two longer to finish your degree. The point is to finish. So whether it takes you long or whatever, finish. And you know, an accomplishment is still an accomplishment. Don't downplay. Like a lot of the artists today, they haven't even finished, you know, high school, and you know, some of them just got their degrees, and people are downplaying them like, oh my gosh, it took you this long, but like they still finish. Like they didn't have to go back. They're rich, they're making money. They didn't have to go back for their degree. They didn't have to do online college or online GED classes. They didn't. But they chose to, and they chose to share that accomplishment with everybody else. And I think that's the reason why I didn't share my accomplishment, because I was scared of the backlash. Because your own people will definitely talk about you, your family members. But I did okay, regardless. I did okay regardless. I had my job in place, my first job out of college, in place before I even graduated. I was determined not to let being, graduating a year late define me in any way, shape, or form. Sorry, that music, there was a loud car. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there was like a loud car that drove by. Yeah, I love my community because they do not care. They blast music. Especially in their cars. But, I think this is coming together nice. What you think? You think it look good? Because I think it look good. I think I'm doing a pretty good job for someone who hasn't painted in a while. I mean, it looks like a mess here with the shading, but I'll fix it somehow. I think a black outline always makes everything look pristine. So, I think that's gonna work. But yeah, that was one of the things I was embarrassed about. I'm not embarrassed about it anymore. I'm just like, it was a point in time in my life. I didn't let it define me. Still got jobs. Because I am great at interviewing. That is my bread and butter, honestly. What am I jealous or envious of, and how is that affecting my decision right now? I wouldn't say I'm jealous or envious of anyone. How is it affecting my decision? If anything, I'm just mad at myself that I didn't start this YouTube hobby earlier. Because it could have been turned into something else. And I didn't know that was like something that could even be a possibility. At the time when I wanted to start, it wasn't even about money, and it still isn't. I know a lot of you people started their YouTube channels during this time because COVID. I mean, people are bored like me. That's the reason I started. I was bored and I was like, why not? Like, why not me? Yeah, I need a smaller brush. I was like, why not me? Why not now? Like, why am I wasting more time and then I'll regret it later, you know? I was like, I didn't want that to happen again. So I was like, you know what? While I'm here in quarantine and I had the money for the equipment, which wasn't a lot. Honestly, it does not take a lot to record videos and edit them and put them on YouTube. I mean, okay, let me tread carefully here, because the recording process and the planning, yes, it's a lot. But if you just wanted to, I don't know, do something really simple, because it was like, you know, a hobby like this, it doesn't have to be a lot. It really doesn't. I feel like some people are doing a little bit too much and trying to be relatable when they're not. But that's just me. I'm also mad that I didn't start an Etsy earlier. Like, I knew of Etsy, but I never really realized how profitable it is to sell like your handmade designs or digital designs on Etsy. Oh, by the way, I have an Etsy store now. I'm going to link it below in the description box. Check it out. I finally put up the spreadsheet, the budgeting spreadsheet that I said I was gonna put up, like, I don't know how many videos ago. It was probably like the 3rd or 4th video. I was like, wait, did I ever do that? And I was like, no. So I finally found something. The problem was I was gonna do it on Shopify, but Shopify doesn't really allow you to do sell digital content. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I was trying to upload my spreadsheets and they only allow like PDFs and stuff. So once I found that Etsy can do that, I was like, oh, this is perfect. And then I also made this to-do list. It's something that I kind of created on my own, and that's something that, you know, keeps me productive. So just check it out. I'm not gonna dwell too much on it. Who is most similar to me, and what do I wish I could change about them? Who is most similar to me? Honestly, I don't know anyone that is most similar to me. I'm lying. My brother. I would say my brother is most similar to me. Honestly. In terms of his drive, in terms of getting jobs, like, if he needs a job, he can get it like that. He does his research. I edit his resumes. And he's just great. I don't help him with his interviews or anything. He does that all by himself. He's very self-sufficient. And I'm very proud of him for that. A lot of people like to say like he's stepping into my shoes, but honestly, he's stepping into his own shoes. That kid, I think he's more creative than me and more driven than me. I kind of lost that when I joined into like the corporate world, and this YouTube channel is a way of me gaining that back. So, yeah. He's really into writing scripts and he's really good at, you know, writing scripts, producing, editing, that type of stuff, making graphics. Really great at it. What would I change about him? I wish he would have less self-doubt. Because I feel like that's sometimes what's holding him back. He's really good at what he does, and I feel like he doesn't get enough props for it. I mean, once in a while I'll tell him, but I probably don't tell him enough that he is freaking amazing. And no, that's not the alcohol talking. My brother is freaking amazing. I hope to see him winning some awards in the future. for his hard work and getting recognized the way that me and other family members and his friends recognize him. So maybe one day, like 10 to 15 years from now, you guys will be watching this video and being like, she did say he was amazing. And now everyone gets to witness it. But yeah, little bro, if you're watching, you are an amazing person. Your drive is honestly unmatched. Definitely better than mine. And if you can share some, that would be great. Because I need that drive back. It's there, but it's deep down, and I need it to show, like yours does. Oh, she got some cute little socks or whatever. She looking comfy. That's cute. Is this about me or about being worried about others? I'm not worried about others. Never have been. Others don't concern me. They have nothing to do with me, nor my goals. At all. So that's how I answer that question. They have nothing to do with how I feel about my quarter life crisis or reaching my goals or stuff like that. I'm in control of that. No one else. So anyone else is a non-factor. Unless they're my supporter. That's all I gotta say. But even then, it's still in my hands. And I take accountability for myself. If I do this, how will it change my eulogy? Okay, that kind of like goes back to the question about my eulogy if I die tomorrow. Will it change considering what I'm doing now with YouTube and stuff like that? I think it would, because people are seeing a different side of me that they don't see. Like my family sees it, my boyfriend sees it because I'm always around them, but not a lot of people know the real me. I mean, I pretty much show what I want. Not everything is for everyone's eyes, honestly. And that's the only thing about YouTube channels. I feel like people are putting too much out there for people to criticize, and not to say like, oh, you should just ignore, the haters or the people who watch or whatever. But not everything is for public consumption. I mean, this paint is not the best, but it's getting the job done. There we go. Let's spread this bad boy around. Wow, I like it. I really do. I think it's gonna be my last card, and then I'll finish the rest off camera. Ooh, this is a good last card. What's something new I can try right now? So I'm actually working on that in the background now. I'm trying to start a business. I won't say what kind at the moment. And I'm not talking about the Etsy store. That's just one of the many ideas that's been swirling around in my head. And I was like, I need to just get this out and get it done because it's bothering me that I haven't completed it yet. So that was something I just finished this week. Just post those. But yeah, something new. This YouTube stuff is definitely new to me. I am not the type of person to put myself out there. I like to be a background character, but I think it makes it easier because even though I know I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to the camera at the same time. So it's like that reassurance that, no one can interrupt me right now while I'm doing this. No one can give me immediate feedback right now. It's just me and my thoughts. And I like that. And You guys are such a breath of fresh air when I go to the comments, honestly. I'm surprised I haven't dropped anything in my drink yet. I just realized I've been like transferring the water over my drink, but there's nothing in there, luckily. You guys are such a, you know, positive breath of fresh air when I read the comments. I think I've only gotten like one negative comment so far, and it wasn't like super negative, but it was just like, oh my God, please go away. That's why I created the ground rules in the description box for a reason, because I wanted to put it out there like I'm setting expectations from the start so that people don't say, oh, I didn't know that wasn't allowed, or oh, I didn't know it wasn't okay to say that. Like, just be a freaking decent human being. It's not that hard. Okay, so I think I'm gonna stop here with the questions. I'm going to go off camera and outline this and maybe do something with the background, and then I'll get back to you guys. Hey peeps, so I outlined her and I think she looks way better now. I still don't know what to do with the background. I wonder if I should just leave it white, or there's some parts I need to clean up because I had pencil marks, but I think I did a damn good job for someone who hasn't been painting for a while. But y'all tell me. I can't wait to hang her up. Don't know where I'm gonna put her, but I'm going to end today's video here. I might make like tweaks to this series. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still working out the format and stuff like that, but I think this is the direction I want to go. I might not make it as long as it was today. Obviously, it's my first time, so I had to get the paint out and stuff like that. You know, stop recording, start recording, and stuff like that. So I'm tweaking it. Give me some time. But I think we're pretty good for right now. I just want to make sure I took that last sip. This is a paint sip. But I'm glad I kind of got those things off my chest regarding like my 25 or my outlook on the quarter life crisis and how it's affecting me and stuff like that. So the moral of the story is that no matter how much you think you haven't accomplished, you are enough. So don't take those accomplishments away from yourself. It's still an accomplishment regardless. And try to learn new things, experience new things, travel more, because at the end of the day, if you were to pass away tomorrow, you wouldn't want your eulogy to read that you didn't get to experience life the way that you wanted. So I think that's the last little tidbit. I'm not gonna do my usual outro. I think we're just gonna end the video here. But thank you so much for keeping it with me, and hope you liked the painting, and I hope I did a good job. So we can continue the conversation in the comments if you need to. But I'm gonna end it here. Bye.
Young, broken, independent, not broken, not quitting, I'ma get it. Even though I still struggle, I'm sufficient. Like what's up, aiming how it's business. Believe me, it's finna happen. They call them detours, we call it passion. How many no's you receive? I just stopped counting. So why you still doing this shit? I'ma cash in the fountain. See this dream dance between my ear canal, lives inside my heart like a future child. Possess the wisdom in between my smile. The world gotta see me, it may take a while. That's okay, it's prepared for. Played a lot of shows I had to pay for. Define the crowd, me, myself, and I, and the DJ and my homeboys. Good things take some time, I'm like, ooh yeah. Patience is a virtue when I'm moving. Looking at my life, it's a movie. Lot of ups and downs, I'm sticking to it. I got the sauce, I got the drip, I make the play.